Hi, my name is Aimee, and I'm here to persuade you all on why HR analytics is necessary for us as our company is growing. So, what is HR analytics? We all want to know how well our business is doing. So, just like how you want to know if your sports team's doing really good, we want to know why they are doing good or why they're doing bad, and how do they keep that consistency. There are many different factors, but teams invest a lot of time and resources into the teammates. The employees are the teammates for a business. If the employees and managers are thriving, then the business will thrive. More revenue will be made when the business incurs less cost of time and resources. However, employees leave, don't always complete tasks, or might not even feel valued. Managers will make mistakes throughout the hiring processes, not know the right person to promote, or fire the wrong person because they don't have the right information in front of them. HR analytics looks through the cracks of these processes in the place of the business and patches them up. If we don't, the business will lose money and they don't even know about it. So how will we implement HR analytics? We will use the HR software ADP to obtain the data. ADP is a payroll and HR platform available for organizations of all sizes. Its service is designed for startups and small businesses with less than 50 employees. ADP is a global provider of cloud-based HRIS and HCM solutions that unify payroll, time tracking, HR services, talent management, and tax and benefits administration. By implementing ADP Workforce Now, the company can pull data by simply using all information that was filtered through ADP from the Human Resource Department. So ADP offers reliable, sound data that tells the full story of our organization from the business and department level to the people level. It can help our HR practitioners and managers make better decisions by being able to view the data and interpret it and find an effective solution. So by implementing ADP, I suggest that we also visit quarterly to go over all the data that ADP has gathered from the HR department, and we can use the data to unlock a deeper understanding of our workforce by revealing patterns and trends and creating solutions. So metrics with HR analytics that we can keep track of through ADP. So there are many different processes of HR analytics, but if I went through them all right here, it would cost the business time and resources, which I am trying to prevent. So today we will be looking at 3 key analytics for HR and how implementing ADP software can help access that data. So turnover rates will be the first, which means the percentage of how many people leave the company, including detailed statistics on departments, voluntary and involuntary terminations, and periods of turnover. Next, we'll be going over separation or replacement costs, which is the time and resources spent to hire new employees. Then we will go through the cost of absenteeism, showing how many absences and costs for the company. And then I believe that all these 3 analytics could save the company a lot of resources and time in becoming well organized to become more resourceful. So I will be going over turnovers. Turnovers are inevitable. People leave the company for many reasons, especially since this is a startup. We are not making as much or have the vast resource as other companies. Some people might want to leave for those companies. The best we can do is minimize the cost of turnover for those who leave. So how to do that is knowing exact amounts of the process, cost, and for the future. It helps managers when they have an actual number to beat instead of winging it. This is exactly how ADP can help our company. For example, let's look at figure 2 on the dashboard. The sample data provided by Dr. Hübner and Dr. Pecina 2017, which is to replicate what a smaller software company would look like. So you can see we have at the bottom all kinds of positions, starting from accountants to developers to IT to software engineers. And from this, we can find our turnover rate. So turnover rate is found with the number of turnovers in a given period divided by the average workforce size and then multiplied by 100%. But I have broken it up into active employees, terminated for cause in the middle, and voluntary terminated. With this chart, we can find who, when, and how many, which is all we need to find for the turnover rate. We can also see from this chart which departments get more turnover rates. If you also drag the mouse over, you can see the data of hire. It separates into who was hired and when they were terminated by quarter. Each one of these terminations needed an exit interview, time for administrators to follow the process, separation pay, and unemployment tax. So with turnover costs, ADP can help discover the true cost of losing an employee by understanding related expenses such as severance, productivity loss, and new employee recruitment and training that was given by our company. The next part of turnover is replacements. So when our ex-employees leave, we need to find replacements depending on the situation. Maybe you don't need to replace them because the company is losing money, downsizing, or there's a new AI program that can do it all. But for the most part, positions need to be filled again when people leave. There is a process to this. We don't have it in the data to showcase, but Ciasco et al. 2019 discusses in the book of Investing in People that there are 8 categories of replacement costs. There is communication of job availability, pre-employment administration functions, entrance interviews, testing, staff meetings, travel and moving expenses, post-employment acquisition and dissemination of information, and employment medical exams. Each one of these functions might or might not take long, but it can add up, and as you know, all of this takes time and resources away from the company. If we incorporate ADP and use the HR analytics resources from it, we can know how long each of these tasks will take and minimize the time it takes for each one and find ways to use less resources. This could be finding cheaper medical exams, implementing shorter staff meetings, and less travel and moving. Next, and lastly, I will be going over absenteeism. So it is impossible for us to keep every employee here for 260 days out of the year. However, knowing how much it is costing the company for absences can help minimize these costs. Like I said before, it helps when there is a number to beat. Absenteeism is defined as failing to report to work no matter the issue when scheduled. How to find the cost of absenteeism is a 12-step process. We need to find total employee hours lost due to absenteeism. Thankfully, ADP gathers all this information for our company and allows us to just view the calculated data. In that 12 process, you need to know wages, which is shown in salaries. We also have individual absences to calculate total hours of absences. With these statistics, you can start the 12-step process of finding the cost of absenteeism within the company. Once we find this, we can go into further discussion on how to engage employees more, which we can talk about, of course, at a later time. But I just want to show with all of this, ADP can extract absenteeism data, like this example that I've shown, from various categories. So how does ADP Workforce Now tie into all this? As the HR department uses a software for everyday use, so payroll, professional employee organization, time and attendance, HR services, retirement, benefits administration, insurance, and standalone compliance service, ADP can gather the data and create a story for us so that we can be able to read and interpret the data in order to come up with solutions to improve our organization. So like our frontline managers can identify and resolve people issues that impact costs, revenue, and productivity without waiting on an analyst to run reports or disconnected systems to miraculously start working together. So by implementing ADP Workforce Now, I propose that every quarter, all the executives and HR department pull data and assess it together. By assessing the data, our organization can configure better solutions to improve the company overall. Perfect. Is there any questions or concerns that we can go over from my presentation?